Well, hey there, welcome back to another weekly video here at Childcare Success Tools. My name is Ashley Benz. I am a childcare business strategizer and mindset mentor. I am the founder and creator of childcaresuccesstools.com, which is the #1 online platform for childcare business automation. And if you are new to me, if this is your first time stumbling upon me, learning about me, popping into one of my videos, I would like to say welcome, giving you a special welcome here at Childcare Success Tools. I'm super excited that you found me. And so there are two things that I need for you to do. Actually, there's a lot of little things I'm going to have you to do before we get started. Homework is already starting right now. So the first thing is that I need for you to go grab you something to drink. Okay. I come here every Wednesday between 11, usually y'all it's been closer to 12, but between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to look at this time. This is time for you to invest in yourself and invest in you as a childcare business owner. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I need for you to get comfortable. I need for you to go grab you something to drink. So that's something that I always do here. Always got me something that makes me feel good. Today is just water, but go grab you something to drink. And I also need for you to go grab you some pen and paper so you can take notes. Now I have my notes here. Everybody that knows me, my regulars, you guys know me, I have to have my notes. And so that allows me to stay on track because I'm a talker. And when I talk about something that I'm passionate about, I can talk all day long and then I can go off into these rabbit holes and tangents and all kinds of stuff. So I have my notes here, and so what I need for you to do is go get you some pen and paper and something nice and something to drink to make yourself comfortable. Okay, this is your time. Okay, also, what I also need for you to do is as you're coming in, I need for you to say hello. So I have Gail here. Hi, Gail. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I need for you to say hello. I need for you to tell me where you are coming from, and also let me know if you are starting, growing, or scaling your childcare business. Now, if you're in the starting phase, that means that you don't have any children, and or you have not even opened your doors. If you are in the growing scale or the growing phase, that means that you have been in business for at least three years. You are making money, but right now you're all over the place. So that would be you. And if you're in the scaling phase of running a childcare business, honey, that means you are banking it. You've got loads of money up in the bank that you do not know what to do with. Your business has been very successful. You are just at that level. But you're kind of looking to kind of move yourself a little bit into a different direction in regards to scaling your childcare business, looking at to other streams of income, and your exit strategy, your retirement plan, all those kinds of things. Okay, so down below, go ahead and let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know if you're starting, growing, or scaling. And also tell me how is the weather there in your area. So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go over here. Everybody that joins me normally, you know the drill. I'm going to go over here and share this out with my group really quickly. And then we're going to be talking about my before and after daycare business transformation. So I'm super excited for you guys to be here. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Vanessa. All right. Hope you guys are having a great day. How is the weather in your area? So this morning, you guys, I had what I like to call a Jesus take the wheel kind of morning. It just raining, like pouring down, raining. Me and Nova, we were just late for school. I just said, you know what? I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to try. We're just going to be late today. It was just not working. Then I got into traffic. And of course, it was like pouring down, raining. And then I got into that type of rain where you can't see and you've got to put your flashers on. Ooh, makes me so nervous. I hate being in that driving in that type of weather. Not so much because of me, because I'm afraid about my driving, but I'm afraid about other people's driving. So anyway, but yeah, definitely was having one of those mornings, but it's definitely gotten better. I said some prayers. I said, Jesus, take the wheel. And he took it, and I am here. So, okay, so let me get in here, you guys, and let me go ahead and share this video out really quickly. Once again, as you're coming in, say hello to me, where you're coming in from. Are you growing? Are you starting, growing, or are you starting, growing, or scaling your childcare business? And also, How is the weather in your area? All right, so let me go ahead and share this out to my Facebook group community, which, by the way, if you are not a part of my Facebook group community, I am going to invite you to join us. And there is over thousands of members in that group that are people that are trying to start, grow, or scale a childcare business. So, and I will tell you guys, for members that are already in the group, I will let you guys know I am getting ready to change that group up big time. So I will, CST, hang on y'all. Let me just stop because I can't multitask. That's just, I'm not even going to try to do that either today. So let me go ahead and get this in my group here really quickly, and then we will get started. Share in a group, and then let me type the group name in here. But yeah, I was saying that I am going to be, that group is getting ready to change, and I'm super excited about the changes I'm going to be making inside that group. You know, the one thing about Facebook groups now is that there is just so many of them. Oh my goodness, there is so many of them. Hang on. Join. I can't, y'all, and here we go. I don't have my glasses on. I don't wear my glasses on these videos. Because I like myself better without glasses on videos. It just, you know, you get glares and all that stuff. So yes, I cannot see like I normally can, but I think I'm good. Let me copy this, and then you'll have my undivided attention. Hang on just a second. So while I'm doing that, you guys talk amongst yourselves. Go grab you something real quick. Get your pen and paper and go get you something to drink. And we'll get started. You guys, sometimes it's funny because I don't never watch these videos back. Every now and then I'll come back and watch the videos, but normally I don't. But it's funny when I do, because sometimes I will actually hear my little Southern accent that I don't think I have an accent, but I hear people tell me that I do. But I just heard it when I said drink. So there it went. I heard it. All right, I think we are good. Here we go. Okay, you guys. So, really quickly, and I see you guys coming in. Hi, Norma. Albany, New York, cold and sunny. Well, at least you've got the sun. We've got the rain here, and it's super cloudy, but it's not cold. So, Vanessa, weather here on the Gulf Coast is foggy and in the mid-60s, kind of like where we're at now. All right. Hi. Did I say hi to Norma? I did. Want to make sure I'm getting everybody in here. Okay, perfect. So, what I need for you to do is I need for you to do another thing for me really quick before we jump in. And that is, if you are on here and you have not said something to me, you need to say something to me, okay? I see you. So you need to say hello. That's number one. Reason why, there's dual kind of purposes for that. But one of the reasons is because if you want to continue to see my things and you want to kind of make sure that Facebook shows you my live videos and whatever that I do post on this Facebook business page, you need to do something with this video. So you need to like it, share it, love it, comment below, or do something, because if you don't, then you are not training Facebook's algorithm to show my things to you. So that's one thing. Also, if this is a great topic here, so be sure that you do like, share, love, do all those, you know, things, and then that way you're kind of training Facebook's algorithm to show you my stuff, and you're telling them, make sure, because I want to hang out with Ashley on Wednesdays, okay? Thank you so much, you guys. Hi, Kimberly. How are you? How is your day going? Okay. Hang on, because I want to scroll up to make sure I'm okay up here. And just a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. There we are. There we are. Hang on. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm good. Okay. So in the beginning, I just kind of, for those that are new, I kind of talked about like who I am and all that good stuff, but I really didn't go into what qualifies me to actually be a childcare business strategizer and mindset mentor, what qualifies me to actually be the founder and creator of childcaresuccesstools.com is that I actually owned, operated, ran, and directed a childcare business for 10 years. And so basically, I have done everything that you can possibly do in a daycare business. I have started one, I have grown one, I have scaled one, and I have closed one down. So everything that you could possibly do, I've done that. And so that's pretty much what qualifies me to be here and talk to you, because what I actually do is I really share a lot about my failures that allowed me to be successful in running a successful childcare business. So I have been an entrepreneur for going on about 15 years now, and this is my second. Actually, I've had about 3 businesses total. One of them was kind of like a little bit didn't work out. The daycare business was great, and then now I'm doing this. So I have been very successful in running 5- and 6-figure businesses, and so and I kind of have. I come from the school of the hard knocks. I've just learned through failure, trial and error, testing things. I'm a very analytic person. And so if something doesn't work or it's not working, I want to know why. So then that kind of puts me into mode of analyzing and testing new strategies and things like that. And so now I work with childcare owners all over the world that are in starting, growing, or scaling their daycare businesses. And I have just learned so much more. With that being said, you guys, I do want to go in really quickly and I'll let you know that this video is sponsored by our our academies. We got 2 academies. I have 2 academies that I offer: How to Get Started Academy and our Childcare Business Automation Academy. Right now, the academies are closed, but the wait list is open. And so, what we are doing is that we're actually working with current members. We're actually going in, since I like to analyze things, and we are just analyzing to see what's not working, what is working, all that good stuff. And then we will be opening up enrollment at some point again. So hopefully within the next few weeks, I'm thinking enrollments will start to be, I'll go ahead and we'll start opening up some of the doors to our programs. But until then, you can get on the wait list. And what that does for you, that just basically allows you to be notified when the doors open. You pretty much kind of become a VIP. And so before the general public knows, then you will know exactly what's happening and all that good stuff. So I have a testimony I want to share, and then we're going to talk about my before and after daycare business transformation. All right, so this is from Priscilla. Priscilla was on one of my videos a couple of weeks ago, and she says, "I appreciate you. When I first started working on this, I got overwhelmed because it was just me. So I stopped. Now I am refreshed and I understand that I can't do this alone. So thank you. I ran by one of your ads. Glad I saved it. Thank you for investing your time and knowledge to help us. Thank you." So Priscilla, I know that, I think I know a little bit about your journey, but yes, you guys, this is what I love to do. I love helping people, and I love bringing in innovative new things. And here's the thing about, and I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, but one of the issues I have when I ran my daycare business, I didn't have time to do any kind of research on what's new. I didn't have time to do any type of hang on. Who does that? Who calls you when you're on a go live video? Like, do they not know that I am going live right now to you guys and I'm busy? Anyway, but that was one of the things that I struggled with a lot, was I didn't have time to be looking into anything new, and especially before I had my big transformation, which I'm going to talk to you about. So that is what I love to do. I love to be the one to kind of be out there researching and anything that's new and innovative that I can bring to the childcare business industry. That is my thing. And so what I'm really passionate about is helping people not run their childcare businesses in a way that causes them to that causes their business to run them. But I want you guys to be able for you to run your business. I don't want you to create a job for yourself, because what happens is that when you have a business that controls your life, you are creating a job for yourself. I don't want you to do that. I want you to create a business. Okay, and there's 2 different things to that, and so I'm going to talk more about that right now. All right. And if you have any questions, hi Cornelia, how are you? Okay. Hi Tracy. All right. Looks like I've said hello to everybody. But if you have any questions as I go along this topic, please, 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 you guys do not hesitate to ask me. Okay. All right. So my before and after daycare business transformation. And, I thought about this topic, and I don't really plan these things out. I don't plan what I'm going to talk about. I pray about it. I pray and I ask God, what is it that I need to, share with my community today? And God said, today you're going to share this. So there's somebody out there that needs this. And so whoever you are, this is for you, okay? And it might be several of you all. I am doing good, Cornelia. Thanks for asking. Okay, so first of all, what allowed me to transform my daycare business, okay? Because I want to talk about that first. The first thing that kind of happened is that it was my mindset, okay? It was my mindset. And I took a stand to say, no, I'm not going to do it like everybody else is doing it because it's not working for me. Now, if that works for them over there, great. If she wants to run her daycare business from 6 a.m. to 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the afternoons, and if she wants to then go home and continue to work on things, that is her. But I can't do that anymore like that. That's not working for me. Okay. So the first thing was that I changed my mindset and I kind of took a stand and I told myself, Ashley, I'm not doing it like this anymore. If I have to continue working this way, I'm not going to do it. I would rather just shut it down and find something else to do. Okay. Hi, Felicia. So that's the first thing that changed for me. Was just me taking a stand for Ashley. And I also took a stand for myself to say, Ashley, you don't have to do it like everybody else is doing it. You really don't. Like, this is your business. And I kind of would talk to myself and I'm thinking, and would tell myself, isn't this why you got into business? So the reason why I actually got into the childcare industry and started my own daycare center, I'm going to tell you guys this story. I don't know if I shared this or not. But I actually worked in several childcare programs prior to me owning my own, okay? And I worked in one that was just, if you guys want to call it a reality TV show, that's what it was, except it was just ratchet, okay? It was just ratchet show, okay? And I'm talking about like teachers arguing with each other in front of the kids. And I'm talking about like yelling matches, not like having a disagreement, but I'm talking about like yelling matches in front of the kids. I am talking about things that would go on. And the director was aware of it and she didn't do anything about it. Like stuff like that. And then on top of that, it was just nothing but drama. It was a drama-filled, infested environment. And then you've got kids there. And so for me, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be a part of anything like this at all, and so that kind of shifted me to open up my own because I said that any child that comes through my doors would never be treated like this or would never be in an environment, a management environment where the director and the owner is not doing their job. That's it. And I kind of took a stand. It was more like a movement for me. And so then that kind of led me into opening up my own daycare business. But, so once I kind of did that and I started running a daycare business, then it got to the point where the daycare business, well, let me rephrase that. When the daycare business started running me, then it got to the place where I was just like, I cannot do this anymore, not this way. So then my mind shifted to, okay, Ashley, you're seeing what everybody else is doing, right? You're seeing how they're charging. You're seeing how they are marketing and advertising. You're watching how they, their customer service aspects that they have. You're watching all these things. And you're working yourself like a dog. And so then I got to start thinking, I was like, okay, how can I modernize my daycare business? Because everybody else around me, their daycare programs are really not modernized. They were not really up with back in that day. It was 2005 when I started, but it just wasn't up to the times, right? And I was thinking, if I could modernize the way I do and run my business, would that change my life? Like, would that allow me to actually not have a JOB here, okay, at Ashley Angel's Childcare? But would this allow me to actually have a business, like a true business? Do you know what I'm saying? Like my vision when I started running a daycare business was, and it was a little naive. So I will admit to that because I was 21 at the time and it was really naive. But I kind of pictured myself, like the lady that back in the day, Did they have Blackberries back then? I feel like they did back in 2005. But anyway, but I would picture myself being this lady that, like, you know, she wears the heels and the nice clothes, and she's on her phone, and, you know, she's walking down the street or whatever, and she's on her phone and she's running this business kind of thing. Like, that was just kind of like my mind. Which now is a little bit naive, because you do have to work. I mean, like, you will have to work if you want to have anything. But it's the way that you work. And that is what allowed me to really start transitioning and transforming my daycare business. So it kind of really started with those thoughts. Now, before I actually modernize, okay, using automated systems and processes, so not just systems and processes, but automated ones, okay. This is before I did that. This is what it looked like. So I have my little notes here. First of all, I opened in the mornings. Every morning we opened up a little bit later because we were close to university. So we opened up at 7:30 in the mornings. And so anyway, from 7:30 till 9, I did breakfast. So I was on breakfast. You know, you guys know all that. Making sure the kids have their breakfast. I was pretty much in the kitchen doing breakfast. At 9 o'clock, then I would transition to do circle time with the kids. Okay. So now I'm, you know, working that aspect. And of course my business, you know, I did it for 10 years. So it went through a lot of different types of transition and changes, but this is just kind of like the more generalized, the gist of it. So then at 9:30 to 12, I was pretty much running the classroom in some way, form, or fashion. So whether that was in there fooling around with some teachers that wouldn't know what they was doing, or in there myself, or, you know, whatever, I was pretty much from 9:30 until 12, until those kids, actually, I forgot even to put on here the lunchtime, but from 9:30 till about 10:30-ish, 11 o'clock-ish, I was working with the kids. Then it was back in to do lunch. Okay. So then, you know, you go through the lunching process and you make sure they're lunch. And then after that, and hang on, you guys, I did see like a really long comment. So I thought I did anyway. I did. I will get to that in a minute, just a second. And then it's lunchtime again, right? And then after lunchtime, now it's time to get these kids lay down for their nap time. And then, you know, from 12 to 2, I'm relieving breaks for teachers. So, you know, because they got to take their breaks, right? It's the law. I have to make sure that these teachers that I have employed have to take their breaks when I don't really get a break, okay? Then after that, okay, now it's time to get up and it's time to do their snack time. And then after snack time, you guys, can I get a yes and an amen if this is your day? I want to see how many people have this day right now. And then from 3 to 5:30, it was time to departure, clean up, you know, you going through that phase, talk with the parents, you know, all that good stuff. And then I would go home and I would take me some sort of a little break. So I would, you know, do dinner, you know, just whatever needs to be done here at the house, mainly just eat and try to sit down for a minute. Then about 7 o'clock, I come back in my office, I'm at it again. Because I did not even have time to do anything else. I didn't have time to work on anything else, work on my business. So I had to work on my business at night. So if you really think about that, like, that is not a business, okay? That is a job. I might as well have been working. I work first, second, and almost first and second shift total. Because then my days were sometimes, y'all, and when I got up into my office and I was working on something, sometimes I didn't get done until 11 o'clock at night with whatever that it was. It could have been anything. Lesson planning, food program paperwork, just whatever, okay? And so I was just like, and I did that for 6 years. And then it just got to the point where my health was, you know, I was having issues with my health. I was stressed out. You guys, I was just not a happy person at all. And I kind of felt like that I had to put on this facade, like especially when I was out in public, because, you know, my daycare was one of the top daycare centers here in Bowling Green. And so you kind of become like a little public figure within your town. So, you know, when you go out in public, you know, you have to have this facade on. Hi, you know, you have to. And I was just really so tired. I was super, super duper tired. So there was even times where I would change my grocery shopping, like if I had to go out and get my own groceries at like either early in the morning or late, because I didn't want to run into anybody. Okay. I just wasn't happy. Okay. Okay. And hang on, I'm going to get this comment really quickly. And then I'm going to come back and look at comments, you guys. Okay. Hi, Felicia. You know what, Felicia? I have you crossed my mind the other day, and I was wondering about how you were doing. She says, "Hey, Miss Ashley from Illinois, Daystar School of Excellence. It's cold and overcast. Well, here we grow again. We are officially growing. Really, woo! I am so excited to hear that, Felicia. I kind of figured that was what was happening because I haven't really heard from you, so I kind of figured that's what was happening. So congratulations on that growth. I am so excited for you. Okay. Miriam says, JLB, just over broke. That hit hard in a good way. Yes, I love that. Yes. Vanessa, y'all are okay. Job means you are just, it's true. And you know, it is, because a job, you guys, is something that, here's what I say about a job. Okay. And I will tell you guys, me and my husband, Victor, hi, LaShawn, how are you? Me and my husband, Victor, talked about this the other day. But I am anti working for somebody else. And the reason why I am anti working for someone else is because there is what I like to call a cap on how much you can make, and a cap on your work-life balance, right? They pretty much own you. I mean, so, you know, that's just my thing. I have to work for myself. If I had to work for somebody else because of some sort of life, unexpected circumstance, then yes. To make sure that Nova was taken care of, my daughter, yes. But I am just not that person. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because when I see something not going right, I'm the one that's gonna speak up about it, right? And so when I had previously worked for other people, that's kind of what I did. And so it kind of didn't work out too much for me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go own my own business then. Do it my way. Okay. So that was my day, you guys. It pretty much, the daycare business was my life. I loved it, but it got to the point where I felt like it was taking from me. And then I kind of got a little bit bitter towards the business in some ways. Okay, so after I modernized my business, which basically is using childcare business automation, you guys, and employing those childcare business automated systems into my daycare business, then this is kind of what happened. So I came in, instead of coming in and opening, I would get there at about 9:30 in the morning. So that gave me time in the mornings to, actually take out time for myself, get myself ready. I watched Good Morning America. I was able to sit down, and I don't drink coffee. I'm just not a coffee drinker. Love the smell of it. Don't really drink it. But I was able to actually sit down at my breakfast table and, eat. Okay, so I would come in at 9:30. At 9 o'clock. At 9:30, I would do what I call my morning walkthrough. So I would actually go through all of my classrooms, say hello to my teachers, make sure that everything was to my liking. And we had a whole system for all that. So the teachers, they knew what I was looking for. So make sure everything was to my liking. I did that every single morning. And then at 10 o'clock, I would come in my office, and from 10 to 3, I would work on my business. That's what I did. So working on my business was not something that was a moonlight kind of setup. Okay, you guys heard of moonlight. Moonlighting is when you're pretty much, a lot of people moonlight, and some of you all are moonlighting now because you're trying to start your daycare businesses and you're working a full-time job. But I did not moonlight my business. Okay, I did not moonlight working on my business. I worked on my business while my business was open, right? While I set up everything where my teachers can do what they need to do. They can work the day-to-day stuff. And I'm going to work on this business. Okay. So, that's what I did. So I went from a 15-hour work day. You guys, I was going to say, where's my calculator? 15-hour work day. Okay. I don't even know how many hours is that, y'all? Somebody do the math on that for me. So if we did 15, pretty much you might as well say 15 hours. So 15, y'all, I cannot do math without a calculator. 15 times, what is that? 15 times 5 is what? That's like almost 85 hours a week. You might as well just say. Now, I didn't do 15 hours every day, because my body couldn't take 59. I just couldn't do it. Even if I tried, wanted to, had something had to be done, my body I just can't do that. I have to have my rest. I have to go to bed. But you might as well just say, usually roughly for me, I would work about 50 to 60 hours a week. Okay. And so I shifted my 50 to 60 hour work week to, I work basically 6 hours a day. So shifted that from 60 to 50 to 30 hours a week. I eventually transitioned into having every Friday off. And I also transitioned myself where if I wanted to work from home, I could do that. Okay. So I actually, created my home office space, which is sitting right here, what you're seeing. But this looks a little bit different now, but this is where I was set at. And we created a full-blown network system so that, I could still communicate with my staff. I mean, I could see what they were seeing. I mean, we used a lot of technology to make that happen so that if I'm working here, I mean, it was literally still like I was in my office there physically at the daycare center, but, I work from home. Okay. And everything just transformed. And it really, my life transformed at that point. Because you think about, you guys, think about working 50 to 60 hours a week every week. And then you cut that down to 30 and even having off on Fridays. That is a life change. Can somebody tell me, is that a life change or not? So for those of you that are working that right now, I want you to think about this. How do you feel like your life would be able to change if you did not have to work those kind of hours? Like, what would you do with yourself, right? Like, I mean, in the mornings, like I said, I would get up and actually have time to eat breakfast. It's nice and quiet in the house. At night, I could come in, I could cook dinner, like relaxing cook dinner, not like rush through dinner to try to slap it on the table because I'm so strung out and tired. But I could when I go in the kitchen and I'm cooking in a relaxed mode, you guys, I could on YouTube, I'm watching whatever I'm cooking, I will find a YouTube video on that. I am playing some music, I am enjoying being a mom and a wife. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me. It kind of made me where I didn't enjoy anything. I didn't enjoy running the business. I did not enjoy being a mom and a wife because I felt rushed in everything. And I just felt like I was not living in my purpose. So this business that I had, before I modernized it, before I transformed it, before I put childcare business automation systems in place, was something that really I was not living in my purpose. I just wasn't, because 50 to 60 hours a week was taken up, that much time was being taken up running a business. And to me, it's just not worth it. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money I'm making. I don't care I don't care if I've got the best reviews in town. I don't care about that. I'm not going to work myself like that. And the reason why is because I cannot give from an empty cup. And when I work in 50 to 60 hours a week, honey, my cup is empty. It is dried up. Okay. So, for me, like I said, I would see other people doing that. And here's the thing about it. Here's kind of what kind of burns me up a little bit about what you see out there, especially in social media, but this really kind of burns me up, is that people, they glorify that. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys. I believe that you do have to work if you want to have something in life. I do believe that. I'm a firm believer of working. I'm a firm believer of putting in the time. I'm a firm believer of that. The Bible says that if a man doesn't work, he does not eat. So I believe that. But I believe that we need to learn to work smarter and not harder. And 50 to 60 hours a week, honey, baby, you're working too hard. You're working way too hard. Okay. All right. I see comments coming in. Okay. Okay. Good for you, LaShawn. I am so proud of you. LaShawn says she's getting to the point where she can do that. Yes. Buddha says, what's the first steps that need to be taken to open up a daycare? Okay, so at the end of this video, I am going to leave you a link down below that will walk you through all of that. And there's loads of other stuff I have. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Buddha, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, hun. But if you go over to my YouTube channel, there is a playlist over there that talks about how to get started. But I will leave a link down below in the comments. And there will be a link and it will guide you off into just really a lot of stuff, information that's going to help you with that. So, okay. I would welcome the peace and relaxation. Yes, exactly. And that is something, let me just say this, you guys, as an entrepreneur, you have to, hang on, y'all, I'm getting this message saying that my Facebook has stopped. Am I still on or not? I'm not for sure. And I'm not going to close the app. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, there it goes. I think I'm still running. Yeah. But as an entrepreneur, you guys, you have to be able to get away. And I've said this before. I'm going to keep saying it. But you got to be able to get away so that you can continue to progress your business, progress you, develop yourself, become innovative. Like, to be honest with you, as an entrepreneur, you guys, we are creative people. That's kind of how you got this whole thing started, is that because you are creating something. And so to continue to create, you're going to have the time and space to do that. Okay. You're going to have the thinking and time to do that. Let's see what else is going on here in my comments. Yes, Norma says they do, Norma. A lot of people glorify that. They glorify, oh, I'm still at it tonight. It's like, really? I'm like, it burns me up. Like, it burns me up. And you'll see this on social media. You got a picture of somebody, they taking a picture of the clock and it's like midnight. And then they got the caption talking about, oh, I'm still at it. It's like, okay. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a season for that type of working. Okay. There is a season for that. But, me personally, like, it can't be long. That season cannot be lasting too long for me because I can't do it. I am one of these kind of people, you guys, that about 8 o'clock, 8:30, my battery, so to speak, goes down and it's time for me to shut it down. My brain does not function too well at that time of night. So now everybody's different. Everybody's got different biological clocks and stuff like that. But for me, not going to work. And we can might as well just say that. In fact, there's a scripture, and there's a post I did not too long ago on my Instagram. And there's a scripture that talks about the fact, do not wear yourself out to become rich. And it states that, you need to know when to quit. Okay. Now this is Bible. So that, and anybody that knows me from you to me, honey, yes, we do. I use the word of God. That's how I was raised. So, when it comes to me, when it hits me, I got to spit it out. So scripture kind of goes against overworking yourself, guys. If you really think about it. So for some of you out there that's, that are, my, God girls, God people, whatever you want to call it. Scripture teaches against overworking yourself. Okay. Even Jesus on the 7th day, y'all, what did he do? He rested, right? So when we see these comments out there and we see these people or whatever these little social media people are doing, and they talk about, 50 plus hours this week, whatever they want, whatever they are glorifying that. Just remember that kind of goes against what scripture teaches, because our bodies are the temple. We're a temple of God. He wants us to go. He wants you to go to bed. That's why he created day. Day is for working. Night is for resting. Okay. So let's not get things twisted, you guys. Let's just not get it twisted, because sometimes we do. All right. Chloe says, this is muted, needed to hear. I just opened my school and we are in a rental space, but when I was home, it didn't feel rushed. Now everything feels rushed. Okay, hang on. Let me go back and see what Chloe's talking about, you guys. Hang on, y'all. Let me back up. Okay. So you said you just opened your school and we are in a rental space, but when I was home, it didn't feel rushed. Now gotcha. Okay. So what you're dealing with, Chloe, is you're dealing with the growth aspect. And so this is one thing I always teach people in my members in my academy, anybody I'm teaching, is that you have to be ready for the growth. So I will have people come to me and they'll say, Ashley, my enrollment number's low. It's just not happening for me, yada, yada, yada. And I'll say, okay, this is what you need to do to get that fixed. But I will say, but you need to be ready for the growth, because once you actually put in what we call an automated marketing cycle system in place, well, then that's going to bring in business. And so I think what you're dealing with right now, Chloe, is that you just maybe wasn't quite prepared for the growth. So growth is good. It's a great problem to have. But if you feel like you're being rushed right now, you just really don't have that, like calm inner peace that you had when you ran your home daycare business, then there's some things that you need. There's some systems and processes that are off in your business, okay? And so that's just kind of what's happened to you. Tracy says, yes, amen, ready for change. Hi, Tracy. Norma says, but I lean in the past that residential income is best and work smarter and not harder. I have a great CPA. Yes, exactly. Smarter and not harder. Exactly, Norma. I totally agree with that. LaShawn says, rules has changed so much in childcare where you have to have a head. You have to have a head and have one day out the week to work a long day. Okay. Is that it? Because I know you're in Tennessee, aren't you, LaShawn? So can you kind of elaborate a little bit on that? What has changed in Tennessee? I'm not working with anybody in Tennessee at the moment. I have an Alabama client that I'm working with. But yeah, I would like to know what's changed in Tennessee. Norma says, yes, I worked a lot of hours when I just started just to get my feet wet and get through the door and for people to hear about my business. But after I scaled down because foundation is hard at times. Yes. And the thing is about when you are planting that foundation, yeah, that is the part of the business where you will kind of have to put in some hours a little bit. But to be honest with you guys, if you do it the right way, that the first year, that should be it. And then after that first year, it's just, you should be able to start letting up a little bit, okay? It should only take you about a good 12 months to put most of the systems in place and then start to let up a little bit. And so typically within the first 24 months of running a daycare business, you should be in a place where you're not working those kind of long hours, okay? If you kind of put in the right things in place in the beginning, okay? You lay the foundation right. Okay. Chloe, okay. All right, so let me take a sip, y'all, and then I'm going to, what time is it? Oh, it's, okay. Y'all, I get on here and I just get to talking. Okay. So I'm reading comments again. Hang on. Yes. Chloe says, yes, that is where I am at building my school up to get the students enrolled in the program. Yeah. So I know one of the things, Chloe, that I like to do because of what I learned from doing this and doing it the wrong way, is and this is for everybody getting started. So I just want, if you're getting started, I want you to hear me. You can go ahead and start setting up your automated marketing cycle system before you get started. And so that is something that, if I have a client that we're kind of in a wait mode on something like with location or something like that, we will go ahead and start working on that. And you can go ahead and have that stuff up. Like you can go ahead and get your website ready. You can go ahead and get your Facebook business page ready with consistent content. Go ahead, scheduled on that thing. You can start learning about Facebook ads. Like you can start setting up the whole system, and you don't have to have anything to go live. And then that way, when you're ready, you can turn the thing on and then go ahead and start getting, children in. So that is something that we work on. Okay. All right. So going back to how I went from a 50 to 60 hour work week to a 30-hour work week. And then I was off on Fridays. I did not work weekends either, you guys. I didn't work weekends. I value family time. And because my husband works, the weekends is the only time that I can really spend time with him. And then obviously now we have a little daughter. She's 3. She'll be 4 in March. She's out of school. The weekends is the only time I can spend quality time with my family. Because, you guys know, if we talk about real life is, everybody gets done with work. Everybody comes in. We cook, we eat, we hang out a little bit. Time to go to bed, do it all over again. So the weekends for me is very precious time, very valuable time to me. I don't work weekends unless the only time I work weekends is if we are launching something here at CST or something like that. And, I just need that extra time. But weekends is not a part of my schedule at all. And so it wasn't at the daycare either. But I will say this. This was my recipe. So I'm going to share with you guys really quickly my recipe. So if you're taking notes, this is, get your pen and paper out because I'm going to kind of give you exactly what my recipe was that allowed me to do this. So here's what I did. And this is what really shifted for me. This is what really allowed me to really kind of bring that transformation and make that transformation and go into having a daycare business that I ran, not it running me. What I did was I divided my daycare business up into departments that I was actually running, because this is one of the misconceptions, or this is just one of the things that a lot of people don't really perceive, or they don't see when you're running a daycare business, because you're kind of in it, is that you are running departments, okay? You are running departments. So if at any time that something is off, you need to look at the departments that you're running, because something in one of the departments that you're running is causing you to be rushed, Chloe, I think it was, okay? Something in one of your departments is causing you to work on the weekends. Something in one of your departments is causing you to not have the amount of kids that you need. Something in one of your departments is causing you to not get paid. You are running departments, guys. This is, yes, it's a small business. Yes, you are running a daycare business, but you have departments that run on inside of that business. And if they are not all, if you don't have things organized in those departments, it's going to cause an effect. Okay. It's going to affect something else. Right. So I divided my daycare business up into the departments I was running. So these are the 5 departments that you need to be dividing your daycare business up, and you need to dive into each one of these, and you need to fix whatever's not working, fix whatever's broken. Okay. Number 1, your accounting and budgeting department. You do have an accounting and budgeting department. Okay. You do have one of those. Okay. If you are in business, then you have an accounting and a budgeting department, right? You have a marketing and advertising department. Okay. You have a management and leadership department. That's where we deal with staff. That is a department that you run, or HR. You might as well call it an HR department. Okay. You have a customer service and a program quality department, right? Why? Well, you got customers. So if you got customers, then you need, that's a department that you're running. Okay. And you also have a office organization and a procedure department, a process department. Why? Well, because there's paperwork involved running a daycare business. So that is a department that you're running. You are running these departments, and most of the time, you guys, it's just you doing that. So just imagine Walmart, okay? Just imagine Walmart, one man running all the departments in Walmart, okay? They over there, they are they're putting, I don't know, stocking in the groceries. Then they move over to the clothes area, and they got a shipment of clothes that come in. They're hanging up all the clothes, and they got to go in the toys department. They doing all that. Then they got to go back in the the electronics department, and the shipments coming back in, and they fooling around back in there. Then, well, now the cashier's got a problem. Right? We was at Walmart yesterday. There was an issue. I think they had some kind of power outage. I don't know, something going on. And so that was a problem. So now you over there fooling with the cashier, trying to get her straight so you can keep moving the lines, okay? Then you've got returns. You got a return department in Walmart. So when people bring their stuff back, it's almost like if you're doing this by yourself and you don't have some automated systems that run in the background of your daycare business, which is what I teach, you don't have that, the next time you go into Walmart, I want you to do this. The next time you go over into Walmart, I want you to look around at all the departments, honey. That is what you're doing, but you're doing it by yourself. And even if you have teachers in there, if you're working 50 to 60 hours a week and working on weekends, you're going to Walmart. The next time you go in there, some of y'all are going to be going to Walmart today to pick up some groceries or whatever that you need. When you go into Walmart, I want you to look around. Take a second before you get started with your grocery shopping trip. I want you to walk around Walmart, and I want you to walk around in every department. And if you got to write down all the departments, and I want you to stand in all the departments. That is what you're doing, okay? And you're doing that by yourself, especially if you're a home daycare business or if you're a small childcare program, okay? You're doing that by yourself, and especially if you do not have automated systems that run in the background that can handle some of those things for you. So do you understand why anyone would feel rushed all day long? It's like, okay. So now when I did this, when I divided my business up into the departments that I was running, Ashley, all by herself, Although I have my teachers, but listen, guys, they have to be led. Listen, they are an employee for you. That means they don't come in and create the systems and processes. You do that. Now, they can be a part of helping you do that, but you should have all that stuff set up, and you say, here's how we're going to do it. So when I divided everything up, this all led me to a great work-life balance because I was able to put the things in place, you guys. I was able to go from that, I went from that, the 9 to 3, okay? And I was spending time, let me read this because I had written this down. I said, this is good. I was spending time focusing on and asking myself the question. Oh, that's what I was going to get it. So from the 9 to 3 that I was in my office, remember I told you guys, right? Remember what I said? I said that I was working 60 plus hours a week, 50 or whatever. And then I shifted where from 9 to 3, I worked in my office at the daycare, at my daycare business. Okay, this is what I was doing. So from 9 to 3, I was spending time focusing on and asking myself the question, what can I do to eliminate manual work and labor I am doing? So I'm going to write this down. What can you do to eliminate manual work and labor that you are doing? Okay. This is how I transformed my daycare business. When I started thinking in those ways, when I started looking at the departments, and then I started thinking and asking myself the question for every department, asking myself, what can I do to remove, what can I do to focus on, and asking myself the question, what can I do to eliminate manual work and labor I am doing in my accounting and budgeting? What can I do to eliminate manual work and labor I am doing with marketing? What can I do? Because the more that you eliminate you out of the equation, okay, out of the business day-to-day formula, because you have a formula that this is your business model. This is your business model, okay? Your business model, you guys, whatever you're doing right now, this is how you got to set up. So if it's not working for you, you're going to have to change the formula, okay? You're going to have to change the formula, okay? And so how can I remove myself from this business day-to-day formula? When I started thinking like that, just stuff started shifting for me, okay? Okay, LaShawn says, start by seeing how much time is spent in that area. Exactly. And so another thing to add to that is not only looking to see how much time is spent in that area, but how are you doing things, right? So it's just like if we were baking a cake and we had a recipe, okay, and I had a recipe. And let's say, and actually, you guys, a lot of, I'm thinking people in the food industry will do this kind of stuff, I think. Is it the food industry I'm thinking of? But they will, like in restaurants, and they will kind of think about, you think about like McDonald's and places like that, but they actually think, okay, how long does it take us to get the burger fixed, put it in the bag and out to the customer, right? And so it's not only, to add to what LaShawn is saying, but not only saying how much time is being spent, but how am I doing it? And what can I eliminate that's manual out of the process? Okay. So, okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love the comments. Love the collaboration. Love the conversation that we're having here. So here's what I want you to take away from today's video, because I got to get up off of here, y'all. I can stay here and talk about this all day long. But here's what I want you to take out of this, okay? Write this down, please. If you're taking notes, write this down. You flourish where you focus, okay? You flourish where you focus. So the reason why I was able to transform my daycare business from having me work 50, 60 hours a week and having no life to having me work 30 hours a week, off on Fridays, no weekends, and still everything was functioning the way that it should, was that I flourished where I was focusing. I got my focus off of lesson planning. Instead, I would say, how can I make these lesson plans automated? What can I do so I don't have to do lesson plans? That's the kind of thinking process that I would go through. Okay. That's what I did. You flourish where you focus. So if you're working 60 plus hours a week, 50 hours a week, you're working on weekends, you're bringing work home, then you're focusing on those things that are flourishing. You're feeding that lifestyle. Okay. So you got to be careful about what you are feeding to your daycare business. And you guys always know that this is what I always say. Look at it like a baby. right? Look at it like a baby. So us as moms that have done any breastfeeding or anything like that, there's a time where you start weaning that child off, right? You start weaning that child off. Well, for those of you that have been doing this for 5, 6 years, I don't know how long time, this is just kind of what you do. You have never weaned your daycare business off of you. And until you start, focusing on the areas that's going to eliminate you from the equation, so to speak, at the manual aspect, you'll be doing this. This is just what it is, okay? So, all right, you guys. I love it. I love the conversation. This is like my passion point with childcare, because this is what I struggled with, and nobody was out here talking to me like this. Nobody was out here telling me the real of what it was. And I worked like a dog, and then I was seeing everybody else was working the same way. So I thought, well, I guess it's just what it was. But then I took a stand for myself, and I said, well, that may be what they're doing, but I'm not doing it like that at all. I'm not going to do it. And so take a stand for yourself. Take a stand to say, you know what? I love my daycare business. I'm very passionate about what I do, but I'm not going to live a life, and I'm not going to allow a business to take from me. Because at some point, you guys, then let me just say this. Let me just say this real quick, okay? You are investing. As a business owner, you are an investor. And at some point, if your business cannot give you the return that you want, you either need to A, change it, or you need to do something else. That's just it. Because you are supposed to be having a business that allows you to have a business, not a job. And like what they said here today, what was the job? What was it, you guys? It was I can't think, but that I've never heard that before. Let me go back. Somebody said a job was what was it, y'all? Who said that? Norma said it, I think it was. Oh, the comments. But anyway, y'all go back and look at the comments. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I must have missed it. But anyway. All right, y'all. So, for those of you that need childcare success tools, for those of you that this resonated with you, you're like, Ashley, honey, you are speaking my language right now. I always leave what's called a virtual goodie bag, okay, which is just a way for you to dive deeper into anything I'm talking about today. And just, I just always leave that down. So it's always resources down below. So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, if you're on YouTube, I forgot to talk to my YouTubers real quick, but if you guys are on YouTube, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, because if you want to be fed like this every week, then that's how you're going to be fed, okay? So I would love to have you a part of my YouTube community. So be sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so that you'll be notified of when I post videos. Now, for those of you that are joining me here live on Facebook, again, I go live every Wednesday between 11 and 12. You'll catch me. I don't put myself a specific time down because I don't want to do that. I don't want to put a specific time down. I don't have to put a specific time down. Just know that I will be here to show up between 11 a.m. and Central Time, between 11 a.m. and 12 noon Central Standard Time every Wednesday. And then on YouTube, I usually get the videos uploaded Wednesday sometimes or Thursday, okay? So down below, you guys, in the comments below, or in the description box below if you're on YouTube, I am going to be leaving you, number one, I'm going to leave you the link to join my private Facebook group community, which is getting ready to be revamped, and I'm so excited about that because I'm no longer going to have a community that, our community is great, don't get me wrong, but with the Facebook group and the way that communities, Facebook groups and stuff like that are out, like, we got to do something different. See, I don't do things like everybody else does it. I don't do that. I do it my way. Because my way for my business is instinctual. So my business tells me what it needs. My instincts tell me what my business needs. And so that's what I do. So I don't do things like everybody else does. Okay. Also, if you want to join our academies, okay, if you're interested in how to get started, we have a How to Get Started Academy for those that are in the beginning stages. If you're interested in everything I talked about today, the transformation that I talked about, everything that that I was talking about like how I transformed in all the departments and how I start looking at stuff, that is Childcare Business Automation. And so we do have a Childcare Business Automation Academy as well. Right now, both academies are not open for enrollment because right now I'm working with current members, but you can get on the wait list and you can be a VIP. And when enrollment opens, you'll get notified of all the good stuff that's going to be happening and all that good stuff. Enrollment specials, all that good stuff. You guys know what VIP is. So I'm going to leave those links down below. Also, for, I think it was Chloe. I think it was Chloe that had asked about, no, it was somebody else that has asked about how to get started with your first step. So if you're trying to get started, you're like, what's my first step? I don't know where to begin. I am going to leave down below what's called, and you can download it for free. It is called my How to Get Started Roadmap Guide. It's a 9-page guide that will kind of guide you through the roadmap of how to get started. It's very, very informative, you guys. And so I'm going to leave that link down below as well. And also, if you are interested in learning more about childcare business automation, and just kind of like just learning about it, like trying to understand the basic one-on-one of it, I'm going to leave down below my free childcare business automation checklist, and it's going to help kind of walk you through your daycare business to kind of see like what departments that are, how automated your business is essentially. So that's what it's going to help you do. So, all right, you guys, this was so much fun. You guys know I love getting on here every Wednesday and, you know, really disrupting the conversation that's being had in the childcare business industry, and really coming on here and feeding. So like I said, I always pray about what topic. I don't have these topics planned ahead of time. So I always pray the morning of that I get up to do these videos, and I will pray and ask God, what is it that I need to speak on today? And he always reveals to me exactly what I need to talk about. And so I am just so blessed to get on here and just to be of service. Okay. So I always just say that this is not my platform. It's God's. And I'm just here to be a good steward over it and just to serve others. So I hope that you felt like that you got served today and that you got a good meal and that you feel full in regards to your childcare business knowledge. Okay. All right, you guys. So I will be back here next Wednesday. I'm going to leave all that stuff down below. I can't think of anything else. I feel like there's something else that needs to be said, but I don't think that there is. So you guys have a great, great rest of your day. And remember, I will say this, you flourish where you focus. All right. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys, and I will see you back in the next video next week.